Fox videos. First episode, of course, if you know your periodic table, they're going to be talking about hydrogen.
Big bang coming. You ready? Yep. Here we go. And the fact that we've come outside might actually give you an idea about what we're going to do, because we're going to make it a little bit bigger. So let's go and fill a balloon. Alright, cool.
Well, hydrogen, I think, is very important because it's the simplest atom.
One proton, one electron. That's it. No more, no less. I mean, you can have more, but that makes it deuterium and tritium.
And the negatively charged electron that goes round it.
Electric match. I think an electric match will go well on that. Yeah. Oh, look at the tension on the balloon. Hold it. I've really gone for a balloon. No, yeah. The tension.
What happens is that hydrogen is reacting with oxygen, and H2 plus O2 reacts to form H2O and an
Water.
oxygen atom, and then that oxygen atom goes on to react with another hydrogen molecule to make more water. And the reaction
Add another add another hydrogen atom to that, and you get
heats up more gas to
you
make
get hydrogen peroxide. H2O2, hydrogen peroxide, rocket fuel.
that begins quite slowly with the first few molecules, runs away, and that's why you get the
This dude looks old but smart.
Here we have a rather large balloon of hydrogen. Neil is just preparing our
Big
electric
boom.
match, which we're going to attach to the side of this balloon.
And some of the biggest explosions in the 20th century, the Chernobyl reactor,
Hindenburg.
the space shuttle that blew up when it was taking off, were in fact explosions caused by hydrogen and oxygen.
So we filled up a balloon of hydrogen. And I think if you look at the hydrogen balloon, you'll see that it's slightly larger than those we've attempted before. Now we're going to try and detonate it or burn the hydrogen in the air by giving it a match. And the match we're going to use is again an electric match, which is connected to our detonator box.
If you stick a pin in the balloon will burst because the rubber will break, but the hydrogen will come out and it won't react with the oxygen because the hydrogen is cool, it's at the same temperature as the air. But the reaction of hydrogen and oxygen, like many reactions, involves a so-called activation energy. You have to put in a certain amount of
Catalyst.
to get it going. But once you get it going, you get more heat coming out than you put in to start it off.
So let's arm the circuit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom.
That was more like lovely.
When Pete puts the match to the balloon, first of all, the match burns a hole in the balloon, and then the heat gets the hydrogen and oxygen near the outside of the balloon, and they start reacting, and the heat then spreads through the volume of the hydrogen and oxygen faster probably than the balloon is bursting, and as it spreads through, the temperature builds up and up and up because you're generating so much heat. The reason that you hear a noise is because it causes a rise in pressure, which sends a pressure wave out through the air, and it's
This dude has so many books in his room.
on your camera. I honestly don't know why you see the colour. I suspect that the colour may actually
Shut up!
balloon, which contains carbon, and is really like a flame.
Yukon!
Because normally when you have a hydrogen-oxygen flame, you don't see any colour at all. Alternatively, it may be some impurities in the gas, but I suspect that what you're seeing in the fireball is just the burning of the balloon. The other thing which is really quite exciting about hydrogen is that, in principle, if you heat hydrogen to really high temperatures,
Fusion.
you can get two hydrogen atoms
Deuterium. Tritium.
together. Or rather, it will not work with hydrogen, but it will work which is known as deuterium, where instead of a proton and an electron,
It's got a neutron.
and a neutron, which is a neutron
And tritium is 2
and
neutrons.
an electron. And two molecules of deuterium can fuse together to make one atom of helium.
No!
Two protons.
Dang it!
Electrons.
I remember, yeah, that's how suns...
Uses a lot of energy. It is the basis of so-called hydrogen bombs, which are like superatomic bombs, but which require an enormously high temperature to get the reaction to go.
So you can probably hear it hissing and fizzing into the bottle there, you know.
There is great hope that in the end, much of the world's energy crisis can be solved by doing this so-called nuclear fusion of deuterium to make helium, which would produce energy extremely cleanly.
So here, we'll just tie it off. My Welsh hands can actually tie a knot on the end of a balloon because, you know, we're all a little bit bizarre.
Deuterium gas, in all its properties, will be very similar to that of hydrogen. Of course,
It's an isotope.
because it has a
Deuterium and tritium.
proton, but it's still much lighter than air. So a deuterium balloon will still float up to the ceiling.
What a... That a cool name. Deuterium.
Gotta keep hold of it.
Hydrogen is able to float. That's why back then they... Ah, my back, what was that? Well, today we would have blimps everywhere, but the Hindenburg, which was filled to the brim with hydrogen, burnt down in less than 60 seconds and ended the era of blimps. You can still find blimps. The last time I saw a blimp was in person was in like years ago, like at least 5. You never find them. Helium.
On espresso virtuo, in his own words. That is love. One taste and you'll just...
Oh boy, I see what's coming.
There are 115 more videos to watch. In fact, there are 117 more videos to watch.
Was that different? Helium is the second element on the periodic table. It makes up 35% of our universe.
Oh wow.
It's very rare here on the planet Earth. In fact, it's the only element in the periodic table that was first discovered outside our planet. The first indications of its existence came when people were looking at the spectrum of the sun during an eclipse in 1868, the year before Mendeleev proposed the periodic table, and they noticed a single very bright yellow line. The yellow line is due to the electrons of the helium atom being excited. You can do the same thing here on Earth. In fact, Neil has his own helium star. This is a glass star filled with helium gas. And if you apply very high voltage, you can excite the electrons in the helium and it emits light. And then with a small spectroscope, you can look at it and see the very yellow line that was detected in the sun spectrum. To begin with,
Oh, I know what that is. I done that.
must be a new element.
It like splits it in these lines, and
It was given the name
elements have these certain colors of lines.
Helios.
Like if you are an expert, I'm not going to be an expert about it. If you're like really good at chemistry,
The sun is called.
you can actually look at colors and determine what atom it is.
Beginning of the 20th century, when people were examining a uranium mineral called, I think, cleavite. Then, a few years later, fairly rapidly, helium gas was discovered as a component of natural gas coming out of gas fields in the United States. The reason why you find helium associated with uranium, and in fact other radioactive materials, is because the nucleus of helium contains 2 neutrons electrons and 2 protons, and the naked nucleus of helium is what are called alpha particles that are emitted during radioactive decay.
Oh, that's alpha decay. Helium -2.
An alpha particle underground. The alpha particle quickly picks up a couple of electrons and becomes an atom of helium. And over millions of years, this can accumulate in gas fuel. As far as I'm aware, all of the helium in the world has come from radioactive decay, apart from a small amount that has come from people letting off hydrogen bombs.
The width of the fireball at this time, about 3 seconds after detonation, was 4 miles.
Helium in the
Sounds like Tsar Bomba.
was discovered fairly shortly before the First World War.
We're back. Yeah, I just remembered that helium is like literally associated with alpha.
Quickly realized that this gas could be useful for observation balloons on the Western Front, on the battlefield.
The enemy's troop movements and defense schemes are under constant observation by French and British airmen, as well as by observation balloons.
Because unlike hydrogen, it doesn't burn. So
Uh-huh.
if a bullet goes through your balloon, it doesn't immediately...
Stop!
Helium starts to be produced as a strategic material.
Non-explosive gas for dirigibles. America has a virtual monopoly of it, helium.
So there's a long history in the United States of legislation for conserving helium for strategic defense purposes.
The subject has, of course, attracted great attention all over the world because of the terrible Hindenburg disaster. The American President's Cabinet Committee is convinced that helium should now be made available to Germany for use in commercial airships.
So a helium nucleus, or helium atom, weighs 4 times as much as a hydrogen atom, which has just 1 proton. But because hydrogen exists as an H2 molecule, helium atom, which is the same as its molecule, weighs twice as much as a hydrogen molecule. And Neil, our colleague, has devised quite a nice little demonstration where he has a balloon of hydrogen and a balloon of helium of about the same size, and shows that the hydrogen balloon with a suitable pulley system can actually pull the helium balloon downwards, because there's a lot more lift in a
Hydrogen, here's the pros and cons. Hydrogen is way more better at lifting, however, it's flammable. Helium is weaker, however, it's not flammable. So that way, if someone zips a BMG through your blimp, you ain't gonna go down. Oh, but it's to choose. More power, but flammable and explosive, or less power, but not as explosive. Choice.
Liquid helium boils at minus 270 69 degrees centigrade, that is 4 degrees above absolute zero. So you can use liquid helium to cool materials down, and particularly you can cool certain alloys of metals which lose all their electrical resistance at low temperature, so-called superconductors, which can be used to build really powerful magnets, particularly for our university for magnetic resonance imaging, for looking inside people's bodies to see that all is well. And you need a very high magnetic field. And so our university has a plant for liquefying helium. And Brady and I were able to go and visit it. We were shown how the liquid helium is filled into large thermos flasks, so-called dewar flasks. When you want to pump the helium out, remarkably, you use the inside of a rugby football. This is the bladder inside it. A rugby football is quite similar to an American football, and by squeezing this, you can pressurize the helium and get it to come out. And if you do it wrong, it blows up to a large size, the bladder hole. And we were shown what happened. I was a bit frightened, it might go bang. We were then shown what happens when you squirt liquid helium into air. And it's really strange because as the liquid comes out, the jet of liquid looks very like a flame.
That's weird.
It's almost the same, though of course it's whitish in colour. Neil had given us a small metal stainless steel thermos can. It's very important it's stainless steel because helium can go through glass. So if you use a glass thermos, as soon as you put helium into it, it stops being a thermos vessel. Neil wanted us to try and see if we could fill this can with liquid helium so we could actually show you what the liquid looked like. We had a number of attempts, and the most spectacular eruptions of cold helium vapor.
Wow.
The helium vapor that comes off is so cold that it not only freezes all the water vapor in the air, so you get a fog, but it can also liquefy the oxygen or nitrogen in the air. So even though we pre-cooled the thermos with liquid nitrogen, so we started at a fairly low temperature, it was quite difficult to get the liquid in. And once we got it in, there was so much fog that it was quite difficult to tell whether we were really seeing the surface of the liquid or not. But it was great fun. Brady and I really enjoyed ourselves, and the technician, Sanjeev, was really helpful. He even tried filling a much bigger vessel with liquid helium and pouring it into our thermos. Usually when people use liquid helium seriously, for example for magnetic resonance imaging, because the gas is expensive, it is piped back to the liquefaction plant so it can be recycled. And you've all seen little helium balloons that people use at parties and the like. But at the liquefaction plant, they have an enormous yellow balloon which they use for storing the gas before it's liquefied. And they have gas meters to measure the volume of gas coming back so that they know how much gas has been lost and how much they have to charge each customer for the gas that they've lost. I used to work with liquid helium a long time ago, and I still have the very old gas meter that we used, which is just over there on the filing cabinet.
Thanks for watching this video.
Lithium. Now we're about to get into a solid.
There's always one more to be done.
One more call.
Sean?
Oh my god, yes!
Lithium is the lightest metal. We all know that sodium is pretty light as a metal. If you drop it onto water and forget the reaction, it floats.
You can see the orange sodium flame. Oh, it's on your camera. Oh, it is too.
Of course, lithium will do the same, but there are differences which I'll show you in a minute. But what I wanted to see was whether we could demonstrate how much lighter lithium was than sodium. We've never tried this experiment before, but I asked Neil, our technician, to drop a piece of sodium and a piece of lithium of approximately the same size at the same time into beakers of hexane. Hexane is similar to gasoline or petrol, and when he dropped them, it was really striking. The sodium sank like a stone because gasoline is much less dense than water, but lithium bobbed around like a little boat. If you look carefully, they both started bubbling because we didn't use dry hexane, and both samples of hexane contained just a little bit of water that started reacting. And of course that prompted Neil to want to drop the lumps of metal into real water. So we tried the experiment again, dropping lithium and sodium into water. Of course, this time, both of them floated, but lithium is less reactive towards water than sodium. It's a smaller atom, the electrons are more tightly held, and the reaction is slower. With the sodium, it was really quite surprising. It went off with a real bang.
It blew up.
And the beaker ended up in the back of the fume cupboard. And the sodium was gone. And the lithium quietly buzzed around on the surface of the water, and when Neil encouraged it with a flame, we got a beautiful red colour, the characteristic flame colour of lithium. The other experiment we tried...
Wait, I think I burned lithium today and it burns red.
And comparing it with burning lithium in nitrogen. N2 has the strongest bond between any two atoms of the same sort in the periodic table. So you need a lot of energy to break them apart. Because lithium is small, it can form very tight bonds with nitrogen. And so I read frequently that lithium will burn in nitrogen. So I persuaded Neil to set fire to some lithium, and it burned really brightly in air, and then poured liquid nitrogen into a beaker to fill it up with nitrogen gas. Nitrogen boils at minus 200 degrees centigrade, or minus 196, so the gas was pretty cold in the beaker, and then he plunged the burning lithium into the beaker. Now here, there was a difference of opinion between me and Neil. I thought the reaction was a great success. Neil was a bit disappointed because the lithium just glowed red. But what I saw was this is not a very big piece of metal being plunged into really cold gas, and it kept on glowing red, on and on and on. Whereas if it had just been put out because it wasn't reacting with nitrogen, it would have lost its colour very quickly. So I felt that it was a reasonable demonstration. I've tried to do the same demonstration with magnesium, which is also meant to burn in nitrogen. I demonstrated it for 25 years to successive generations of students, and it didn't work once. I knew it wouldn't work, but every time the students thought, stupid professor, it doesn't work. Lithium is used for treating bipolar disorder, sometimes called manic depression. This is a very distressing disease which is caused by imbalance of chemicals in the brain, which causes people sometimes to be really manic and other times so depressed that they can't get out of bed. The application which you
Lithium batteries.
probably most often for lithium is in batteries. This is not a new idea. I found an old Scientific American from 1967, and inside there is an advertisement here with
Advertisement.
Edison's desk. On his desk, when he died, was a large can of lithium. This is an advertisement from a company that
Advertisement.
lithium or sold lithium in those days. The reason that Edison had lithium on his desk was that he realized it could potentially make really good batteries.
Is that the known reason, or is that just what Foot Mineral Company is suggesting?
I think that's what they're suggesting. And since he didn't make good batteries, perhaps we'll never know. So there's one final and important application of lithium, which is in making hydrogen bombs. Let me just remind you that an atom bomb is formed by atoms, usually of uranium, that could splitting apart. These are called fission bombs.
Like divorce.
A hydrogen bomb is inherently different.
The Atomic Energy Commission and the Department of Defense have conducted important tests of an experimental device based on the thermonuclear principle.
Bits come together. So two atoms, for example, two deuterium atoms.
But what is deuterium? I was coming to that. An atom of this kind of hydrogen has the simplest nucleus known. But hydrogen exists in two other isotopic forms. Deuterium, which has a neutron in addition to the proton, and tritium, which has two neutrons and one proton.
Atoms of hydrogen with mass 2 rather than mass 1 come together to form an atom of helium. The first hydrogen bombs that were made, and they really ought to be called deuterium bombs, not hydrogen bombs, involved liquid deuterium. And so the bomb really looked like a small chemical factory because there were big tanks of liquid deuterium, and nobody could imagine carrying this on an aeroplane for actually bombing.
This is the first full-scale test of a hydrogen device. If the reaction goes, we're in the thermonuclear era. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Dude.
The breakthrough came when it was realized that you could use the compound lithium and deuterium. This is lithium deuteride, LiD, which is chemically the same as LiH, but with a heavier isotope. What happens with that sort of bomb is that you trigger it with an atom bomb that produces a lot of neutrons, and the neutrons turn some of the lithium atoms into tritium, hydrogen of mass 3, and then the deuterium and the tritium fuse together, giving out energy. Lithium deuteride is a solid which is stable at room temperature. In principle, you could make lithium tritiide, LiT, but tritium is highly radioactive and decays away with a half-life of 12 years, so you have to keep on replacing your bombs. So you could build a bomb without the huge containers of liquid, and you could make something that was still pretty big, but in principle could go in a giant bomber. The first test of the lithium deuteride bomb was carried out, I think, in 1954.
We feel that the report of this important test should give the failures as well as the successes.
The test name was called Castle Bravo.
Castle Bravo.
1954. This photograph was taken from an airplane at 50 miles. The width of the fireball at this time, about 3 seconds
Yeah,
after
I knew Castle Bravo was like really, really powerful.
Really too successful. The power of the bomb was 3 times bigger than had been calculated.
tremendous yield resulted in a serious fallout situation at Bikini and certain other atolls downwind from ground zero.
The residents of the islands nearby had not been evacuated far enough, and several people were exposed to radiation in a most unfortunate manner. But the principle was demonstrated. Of course, the whole technology is horrific, but it's interesting to see how lithium played a part. But to end on a much happier note, lithium is a light metal. Hydrogen can be used to fuel cars. Using fuel cells, lot of research to see whether lithium hydride or a derivative of lithium hydride can be used to store
That'd be good.
hydrogen.
Do you know how much of the universe is made of hydrogen? 79. It's in your bodies, it's in your water, it's in hydrogen peroxide, it's in the sky, it's in the water, it's everywhere.
Not real sarin, no, well, that would be illegal to make that. I've made it out of straws and these coloured balls here.
Beryllium. This plays a role in nuclear technology. I think it's like, it might be a neutron deflector, I'm not sure.
The Groove mattress in a box delivers revitalizing sleep right to your door for a dreamy low price. Buy it online.
By my butt.
So you can see on the front of this instrument there's a dome-shaped device. That dome is a special vessel which
Agitator.
is made so we can control the atmosphere inside, and it's fabricated from beryllium metal.
This is the beryllium, which I don't really want to get out. Because it's a toxic chemical, toxic metal.
Beryllium is an interesting element because most chemists don't really know about it very much at all.
So beryllium is a fantastic metal. It's really, really interesting. It's got lots of really quite strange metallic properties. But one of the most important for me is the fact that it's transparent to X-rays. So I can shine X-rays straight through the beryllium and
Really?
absorb it at all, which most other metals, especially those with higher molecular weights, do.
But beryllium-laden dust actually has been shown to cause beryllium
Interesting.
lung disease, which causes the formation of swollen nodules in the lungs called granulomas, which is a bit gross. So I don't really want to open up the jar.
It's near the beginning of the periodic table, but we rarely come across it.
So at the moment, we're at Max Lab and we're doing some X-ray experiments. And we're doing some X-ray experiments on a really, really quite sensitive compound. So X-rays themselves are absorbed by everything. Okay, so when we shoot it through the air, it's absorbed in the air. So to measure the X-ray absorption of our compound, which is sensitive to the air, we need to be able to remove the air and encase it. So we use beryllium
A vacuum
to make a
tube?
magic box around our sample that the X-rays can come into, interact with our sample, and then exit without interacting with the material around them. So you can see on the front of this instrument there's a dome-shaped device. That dome is a special vessel which is made so we can control the atmosphere inside, and it's fabricated from beryllium metal.
I talk about in my lectures, I explain that beryllium chloride, the molecule that has 3 atoms, 2 chlorine atoms and 1 beryllium atom, has the 3 atoms arranged in the row. So it's a straight molecule, so-called linear molecule. I've never seen beryllium chloride.
Chemists use it on X-ray diffractometers because actually it's so lightweight. It's actually only got atomic number 4.
The beryllium allows the X-rays to come in and out without interacting at all. It's a fantastic device. It's really useful for really sensitive chemistry. It's a really beautiful application. The cost of that beryllium, though, that's significant. That small beryllium sample cost 15,000 euros.
Oh my god.
4 protons and a number of neutrons. So if X-rays fall on atoms of beryllium, they're not scattered very much. So it's like the difference between shining light through a glass window, and if you made it out of a heavier material, it'd be like shining through paper. It would be scattered. You wouldn't get a good image.
I'm hoping to actually do some chemistry with beryllium, which is why I bought it. Yeah, it's pretty toxic, so we're going to have to be very, very careful. You can't actually breathe in the dust at all, because even actually one exposure has shown that some people, one exposure is enough to cause this sort of sensitive reaction.
But beryllium's very poisonous, so if you do use these beryllium windows, you have to be careful not to lick your fingers. Well, good chemists shouldn't lick their fingers anyway.
Alex M., an espresso virtuo. In his own words.
In my own words, I think you need to slow down, man.
There it goes. Oh, actually, that's quite spectacular at the end. And my second year actually think that I love boron far too much. I think.
Carbon, my favorite element. I love carbon.
Carbon is a fantastic
Actually, wait, no, boron's next. Boron is really nice for bulletproof chest plates. And it burns.
Oh, actually, that's quite spectacular at the end. And my
He's burning with like a Q-tip or something. I did that at class today. I burned different elements to see what colors they burn.
I love boron.
But saying if you ever get a chance, burn strontium and copper together. It's beautiful.
Boron now, but I really like it.
But put the
Is an interesting element. It's one of the few that I've actually made myself when I was at school.
Boron sits at the top of group 13. Its atomic number is 5. So it's a metalloid. So F-metal boron is a metalloid, which basically means it has some of the properties of a non-metal and some of the properties of a metal.
Oxide of boron with magnesium, heated it up, and then it's a really dramatic reaction when you add water at the end to try and destroy the magnesium borate that's formed, because you get puffs of gas coming off which burst into flames rather like little anti-aircraft guns. The boron itself was rather disappointing. It's a sort of brown powder.
I mean, it's more of a powdery brown boron. There are several crystalline sort of types of allotropes of boron. There's one actually that's really, really hard. So the black crystalline boron is actually very, very hard. It's just below diamond on Mohs scale of hardness, so I believe.
yeah, I heard that boron is actually really a hard element.
It's in California. It's got a population of about 2,000, which actually was set up around the world's biggest borax mine, which is in California.
Where it used to be transported on trains of mules, and the company that produced it used to have as their trademark a train of 20 mules sort of going along.
Of great interest to us chemists recently, well, over the last sort of 50, maybe sort of 60, 70 years, have been the boron hydrides or borates. So boron hydrides are basically clusters of borons with clusters with hydrogens around them. And one of particular use and interest in the 50s was one called pentaborane, which is basically penta 5. It's got 5 borons in it. And pentaborane was investigated sort of during the Cold War, or the early parts of the Cold War, as being a rocket fuel. It actually burns with a green flame. They actually called it the Green Dragon because it burns with a very, very hot green flame, and also because it's pretty toxic, which I can actually show you if I type in ish. It's probably not going to be spectacular.
And boron complexes or borax compounds are used in a variety of things. It's not a very expensive material. It's used in washing powder, particularly perborate, which when you heat it up turns into, in the washing machine, when the water gets to 60 degrees centigrade, it turns into hydrogen peroxide, which can then bleach the clothes. And this is why the Paints washing powder is called Persil, because the per stands for perborate and the sil stands for silicate, so it's really a mixture of perborate and silicate.
Okay, so this isn't pentaborane because pentaborane spontaneously combusts in the air. This is just benzene bronic acid. It's an organic compound with some boron in it. So hopefully we should be able to see, if I can get some onto the end of my spatula, that it should be able to burn with some sort of green flame.
Next is carbon, 10 minutes. I'm not surprised. Carbon has a nice role in the universe. I love it. It makes graphene, makes coal and diamond. Carbon is like really, really important.
It's a fantastically important element. There are probably
Carbon is awesome.
molecules that contain carbon than any other element. The reason why you can get so many carbon compounds is that
It loves to stick.
atoms form chains very, very easily.
It does.
Millions of atoms long. If you just have atoms that will form 1 or 2 bonds, then you can't build up huge numbers of molecules. But if there's no limit to the number of bonds you can make things that are really long. It's like the difference between a lorry, a truck, which can pull, if you're lucky, 1 trailer or perhaps 2, and a train where you can put as many wagons or carriages as you want. So you can get a really long train. So it's just the same with carbon.
So carbon, it's around us everywhere. We're all carbon. There's lots of carbon in us, in inside this.
You can burn paper and produce carbon instantly.
Majority of us use carbon in the form of fuels every day to get to work or to go home.
Without carbon, we couldn't exist. You're carbon, I'm carbon. We have bones made out of calcium. But the important parts, our brains, contain largely carbon. They contain nitrogen and oxygen and hydrogen as well, but carbon's the key. Carbon is one of the very few elements that has given rise to a whole area of chemistry. Organic chemistry, the chemistry of carbon compounds, is almost a separate discipline from some other areas of chemistry. And most of the molecules that we use for plastics, for pharmaceutical products, for our food, are all carbon.
I've almost thought about if I get old, I might want to run experiments in building graphene, like basically reinforced graphene armor. Graphene, titanium, maybe that with gold veins running through the armor to elute, and maybe on the back like something that wastes electricity like crazy or even stores it. So if someone charges you or electrocutes you, you can absorb the energy below without any consequence. And I wanted to make it also out of tungsten, hard metal that can resist a lot of heat.
Which is the black material that you get in pencils. People call them lead pencils, but
It's actually graphite.
in the form of carbon called graphite.
So carbon comes as graphite, as diamond, and also as buckyballs or fullerenes. So the carbon here, which is a bit like the graphite, is very amorphous and it's very, very free flowing. So we're going to pour a little bit of carbon out onto the paper so that you can see. So you can see it's a very light powder, and you can see that it's a very, very nice, easily maneuverable and easily workable material.
The thing that's really exciting is that in the last 20 years, people have discovered new forms of carbon. And this is extraordinary.
Graphene?
People have known of carbon for thousands of years, even longer. And suddenly, in the last 20 years, the number of different types of carbon has grown enormously. I have a colleague who's a specialist in these new forms of carbon, and I went and asked him for a model. And he gave me a whole suitcase of models. Let me show you.
Oh my god. Holy god.
First of all, this is a model of
Graphene.
The
Or graphite.
material that
Yeah, cause see? So graphene is like this. It's like different plates. It's like different. Well, it's a bunch of two-dimensional plates that are stacked on top of each other. So when you, for example, like when you're writing a pencil, this bottom layer, which is like right here, it rubs off and it sticks to the paper.
First of all, this is a model of graphite, the material that's in the middle of pencils. And it consists of layers of rings of hexagonal rings.
Hexagonal, like
carbon atoms.
chicken coop.
And they're joined together in layers. Can you see here there are these
Yep.
purple bonds in between?
Layers. They join in layers.
Once even broken here. Very recently, in the last 10 years,
Graphene.
discovered that using a piece of sellotape, you can pull off these layers and make single sheets of these carbon atoms. It's called graphene.
I love graphene.
The 10 Nobel Prize for Physics was given to two scientists for discovering graphene. There's this structure here. Where
Now, like watch this. This is graphene, but if I take it when there's one layer, that's this is graphene. Only one is two layers, graphite. One layer is graphene. Graphene is hella strong. It is 200 times stronger than steel and more conductive than copper. And guess it's only twice as much as PLA filament, so I know it's dumb, but like, I don't have it. But there's this big roll about this big. It costs $200 on average, maybe. But graphite, this stuff can be 3D printed if you know where to find. Sorry. If you know where to look, you can find graphene, 3D printable graphene. I could probably, I don't know if I can guarantee you, but I could probably make some armor, some light grade armor that could actually protect against like melee attacks out of my 3D printer. That's one of my dreams, is that I could become like an inventor and start making high grade military. Especially in like the armor and weaponry fields. I have plans from like high grade firearms to super armors and even aerospace jets, almost like TIE fighters, that use a form of ion thruster to propel themselves through cosmic space. And maybe they could even work on land. So like it's like a plane, but in the middle it's got like on the wings it's got like propellers, and then on the entire wing has like solar panel on it, right? So if you're K, and then like, you know, thrusters in the back of the craft. So thrusters in the back of the craft, like, right? And they're either, you know, there could be both normal thrusters and ion thrusters. You see, the electricity gathered would be sent to the ion thrusters that, if you wanted to, you could use it for normal atmosphere stuff or aerospace. So basically, but in space, the ion thrusters would go a little slow, like really slow. But it could be it could be revolutionary. As long as we can use like 2 propellers to levitate us off the ground, this solar jet could possibly become a real vehicle that could. So basically, it's basically a mixture of a TIE fighter and a jet. I call it the solar jet. If you didn't hear me the first time. And yes, I'm actually thinking it through. Is that the technology we have today, it could build a solar jet. The only problem is with the weight of the craft, which the hull would probably, and the amount of energy gathered. Satellites can propel themselves. Why can't we use it on some sort of plane?
An atom is joined to 4 others in this sort of tetrahedral pattern. Tetrahedron is this group, one in the middle with 4 round it. And this is diamond. It's really very strong. Whichever way you squash it, it's strong. You can't peel off layers of diamond with a piece of sellotape. Diamonds are colourless, and to understand why, understand what gives rise to colour. And the colour of anything, anything, are caused by electrons in the molecules or material, and they absorb energy and go from one level to another. In diamond, there are bonds between all the carbon atoms that use all the electrons. The electrons are very tightly bound, and none of them can change their energy state, so you get no absorption, at least in the visible region of the spectrum. On the other hand, with graphite, the electrons...
Maybe I might start making plans for the solar jet tomorrow in my school.
And it's black, because the electrons will absorb...
I know a way to build the solar jet.
Right from the blue to the red, so that it looks black, because none of the light is reflected from it.
Stop! Oh my god, I hate this. He's begging me to give him food, but the food is ass. Like it's soy powder. Stop! Stop it. Cookie, you're adorable, but you're annoying! Why can't my sister buy him new hay? Mom! Cookie actually wants good food. He's wanting it now! Please. Stay, you know, I'm going to block you from being able to chew. Does that sound fair? Don't chew, dude. The osprey. The osprey, see, look at that thing. It has two, it's like a helicopter, but it has two wings, or two arms that extend out onto the vehicle from the fuselage on the top. And they have two propellers. So if that technology can be incorporated to my quote-unquote solar jet, it could possibly work. Too bad I don't have like a few freaking $1 million. I would get a team together and start building the damn thing. I'd love to find and hope. I'd love, hopefully, in my future to get enough money to the point where I can build a prototype solar jet. Imagine that. Why would you want to waste all that rocket fuel when you could just take a plane and go out to the atmosphere? Now, the model would need to be airtight. But even though if it's airtight, it needs to have whoever's flying it needs to have oxygen tanks and oxygen recirculation systems. Machines that can clean the oxygen. Oh, and even if it was possible on the propellers, adding things like ion thrusters and even normal thrusters. Nitrogen. Let's do nitrogen next. Nitrogen's a big one too. Next is oxygen, isn't it? Yep, it is.
Nitrogen is an extraordinarily important element. We could make hundreds of YouTube videos about nitrogen and still not tell you everything. So, Neil,
that's true.
Been in the lab. We've done what we think are some quite nice experiments just to give you a flavour of some of the things about nitrogen. So you try to smash a banana, you'll see brown gases being formulated, sodium azide going on, quite spectacular.
There you go, pig. Get in your house. Go in your little house and go to sleep. Take a little nap.
Thermal
black.
It also freezes the water vapor in the atmosphere. So you get quite nice tiny, what looks like steam, but is actually tiny particles of ice. I used to use it. My shoes cracked through freezing in liquid nitrogen. I never tried freezing a banana. So, Rayce wanted to see the professor trying to smash a banana.
Dude.
Cool things in liquid nitrogen, fruit for example, that contains water, the water freezes so the banana goes absolutely rigid, and then if you hit it with a hammer or something else, the ice shatters, and it can make quite a spectacular mess. The sort that Neil hates. Chemists use liquid nitrogen, first of all, because it's safe. Liquid oxygen would cause, or potentially could cause fires, explosions. You've seen liquid oxygen.
Oxygen and hydrogen are the two most flammable elements on the periodic table, I think.
It's a major component of air. It's quite cheap to make. Also, it has a convenient temperature of 77 degrees Kelvin minus 196 degrees centigrade, which is a useful temperature which freezes most.
Theoretically, if we reach 0 Kelvin, which we've reached like 0.1 Kelvin, if we reach 0 Kelvin, that's gonna break the rules of the universe, basically. So you can't like time wouldn't be able to happen, because everything has to move. Even this desk, like even this camera, like it's moving. There's but it's, you know, molecules vibrating, but they're stuck together.
N2 has a very strong bond between the two nitrogen atoms, so it releases a lot of energy. So we tried heating sodium azide. The reaction is quite simple. It goes to
You need your butt hairs trimmed again, Cookie.
the sodium immediately reacts with oxygen and water vapor in the atmosphere, so you get a orange-colored flame from the reaction.
What's this? Yo, that's so cool. The entire house buried. Bro. Imagine on this map coming around here. Dude, this would be a sick. This is a blacksmith building. This would be a sick bunker. I'm not gonna lie. That is so cool.
Sodium azide is one of the components that's used in airbags in cars. The car, if it's running, heats
What the?
a charge of sodium azide, which is also mixed with some other chemicals. It releases nitrogen gas very quickly and blows up the airbag.
One safety device that looks likely to be compulsory soon is the controversial airbag. This drawing shows how it works. In a crash, a small detonator releases compressed nitrogen from a tube, and this inflates the bags concealed in the dash and the steering column.
But I've never seen it heated up. Neither Neil, actually. It's really quite beautiful when you heat it up.
Huh. I hear that there's like I hear if you find like one of the like if you find one of the giant what's it called?
Are sometimes used in detonators to set off explosives, because if you
I hear if you actually look in the giant like Ilger heads, you can actually find Lapis Lazuli.
very unreactive,
Not this one, I don't think.
persuaded to react with oxygen, and it forms a
Yeah, it's not this one. It's like the giant one with the torches.
Compounds that contain nitrogen and oxygen, and their properties are very different. The most stable one is called nitrous oxide, sometimes called laughing gas, N2O. N2O has the property that it dissolves very easily in fat. Your brain and mine is largely fat, and so N2O dissolves well in the brain and is very good anesthetic. It's used in childbirth, but because it dissolves well in fat, it's also used as a propellant for instant cream. Brady and I and Neil had quite a lot of fun squirting out instant cream just to show you the nitrous oxide in it. The cream is pressurized with N2O, probably to not a very high pressure, an atmosphere, a few atmospheres. When you release it, the dissolved N2O bubbles out, so the liquid cream suddenly goes into a foam, ready to go on your cake.
Is it still in some of the cream when I eat the cream?
There's probably some N2O left in the cream, but if you wanted to anesthetize yourself by eating cream, you would vomit long before you had enough to have any serious effect. The other two oxides of nitrogen are NO, nitric oxide, and NO2, nitrogen dioxide. They're both quite unusual because nitrogen has 7 electrons and oxygen has 6.
Oh, I've seen this. People have actually theorized that
Slightly unusual properties.
like
It's quite easy to make NO2. The standard way is just to heat up.
like this could say that they're like, you know, they're making Steves with all those colors, or Steve clothes.
Lead 2 plus, NO3 minus. And when you heat it up, you form lead oxide, which is a sort of slightly yellowy orange color, and you make NO2, which is a brown gas. And when we heated it up, we got really quite a sort of substantial plume of NO2. NO2 itself can, because it has an unpaired electron, can dimerize, two of them form
What the frick?
and which is a liquid at room temperature, and that we have shown on one of our other videos can be used as an oxidizer for rockets. For example, the lunar module taking off from the moon used N2O4 as the propellant.
Now it's very volatile. It boils at 21 degrees C, so we have to keep it cold, and we put it into the reaction chamber.
There's another way of making NO2, which is the reaction of concentrated nitric acid. It's important that it's concentrated with metallic copper. And we did this in glassware so that we could collect the gas and see what happened. So we had a vessel with the acid coming in at the top, the tube at the side going into water so we could collect the gas.
Let's do oxygen. Oxygen is the third.
This
And
Coca-Cola Zero Sugar tastes mighty delicious.
Come on, buddy. You keep lying like this, you'll be a puppet forever.
It's the honest truth.
You're right, it's delicious.
I never lie.
Ashley Home Store's Mattress Marathon event is going on now. Click the link to get a king-size mattress for the price of a twin on select Ashley sleep mattresses. That's right, a king-size mattress for the low price of a twin.
oh, never mind.
#1 furniture and mattress store.
Dude, that
So comrades, welcome to
there's no
lecture. What I'm going to do now, we're going to begin with an
there's no like ultra torch
to,
rooms.
illustrate this point that the oxygen molecule O2 has unpaired electrons.
So we're outside just to show you the reactivity of this lovely stuff here, liquid oxygen. So you can see wonderful liquid oxygen, nice blue colour. So over here on the table, we've got a tin tray which we're going to use to contain the experiment that I'm going to show you next. So we've got our favourite liquid oxygen there, strongly some cotton wool. So this is the same stuff that we use to like take makeup off perhaps our partners or our girlfriends or our wives, and it's the same stuff that we use to wipe our babies' bums.
Oxygen is an interesting element because it exists in two forms. The form which
O3, O2.
time is O2, two oxygen atoms joined together. And there's another form called ozone, in which has three atoms arranged like a letter V, or letter V, this way up.
Oxygen has unpaired electrons within the molecular orbitals and the atomic orbitals around the structure. And these unpaired electrons give rise to colour, and that colour is blue. So blue is often perceived to be the colour of solvated or unpaired electrons, and you can see here the lovely blue colour. Now, lots of chemists are really scared when they see the blue of liquid oxygen, because liquid oxygen is very, very reactive. Generally, you only make liquid oxygen by mistake, not like today when we're making some on purpose. And if you've made it by mistake in an uncontrolled way, where there might be organic molecules, perhaps simple organic chemicals like hydrocarbons, grease, or perhaps a elaborate compound, then they tend to detonate, and they tend to cause very energetic experiments. So, you know, it's really fluffy, it's not very reactive, doesn't really burn cinders.
That's a long distance.
There we go. We're going to pop it in the tray.
Watch this.
Begin with Neil's very high-tech piece of equipment, which is a test tube on a piece of you can see liquid nitrogen, well you may not see, is colourless. Okay? So this is liquid nitrogen, and what I hope you can see is that this magnet, which is a pretty good magnet, let me just show you here with my keys, that they stick pretty strongly to the magnet. The magnet has absolutely no effect at all on the liquid nitrogen. I can pull the magnet and nothing happens.
And then we're going to fill up all of the void space, all of the space between the cotton particles with oxygen. So you might want to stand back after this to spray this. So here we go, here's our liquid oxygen. Do you want to come in and zoom in on, see me? Okay, so here you can see the liquid oxygen colour going into the cotton wool particles.
Let's try the same thing with liquid oxygen.
Huh?
So, careful of my shoes.
So here we have a match on a stick, and I think you can see it's probably a light. So we have our fire, we have our oxygen, we have our fuel. Now let's see what happens if we put them all together.
The liquid oxygen. It's a very nice blue colour today. So now let's try it. Here's the magnet again, and if I take the liquid oxygen, you can see I can pull it right up here, because, oops, it's not as magnetic as my keys, but you can see there's a really big difference. It sticks to the magnet. So you can see it really is magnetic.
You ready? Okay. Woohoo! And there she blows!
And ozone is much more reactive than oxygen. So
Teenagers think they're gender removal of spy. Screwy.
It happens. But now Straight Talk Wireless has coverage for your phone with the new Platinum Unlimited plan, which includes mobile protect.
You know what? Screw the golden rule. I think.
One of several packs scattered about San Antonio's north side.
We're not a gang at all. Like.
Screw the golden rule. Here's a platinum rule that's better than the golden rule. Don't treat people how you want to be treated. Treat people how they want to be treated. You may want to be treated like crap, and some other dude may not.
Are posers. They just want attention. That's why they go on tags and stuff.
You know the neighborhood is the whitest neighborhood you've ever been in, and she's like, gangs write with Sharpies on things. Like, that's the only thing she thinks gangs do.
I remember when he talked like this.
Hey everyone, I'm Scrubby, and this is Chris.
His voice, his tone, it's like changed a lot.
Now you gotta hit him with the. You gotta hit him with the. What's up, squad fam? Do it. I want you to hit him with the squad fam. What's up, squad fam? What's up, squad fam?
What's up, squad fam?
So today,
Up.
me and Chris were like, dang, you know what? We were pretty weird in high school, and I want to feel better about that. So we found the weirdest kids that have ever gone to a high school ever, and we're gonna make fun of them for you. We found this old TV like news thing where they talk about these kids that think they're werewolves. No, we're not kidding. Chris is pretty hairy, but he's not a werewolf. I'm just a Mexican. It wasn't even a Mexican joke, and you had to take it there. It's not funny. Racism is not a joke. Racism police! I'm racist because I'm saying it. I guess it's okay since he said it. So now, let's bully some children. They're not children anymore, if that makes it any better.
We've got 10 nights until the next full moon, but already there have been sightings of these creatures around San Antonio.
Did you call them creatures? I didn't even catch that the first time. Yeah, that's why I started laughing.
Oh, he's looking at me.
Walking around high school. They're called teenagers.
Yeah, those creatures are teen wolves.
First of all, I already look enough like this guy. Like, he looks like he might be able to be like my uncle or something, and I just said exactly what he said. This just means that my channel's about as funny as like a TV news anchor from San Antonio. I want to die. Ken's 5.
School's out at John Marshall High, but this could be any school. And with any school come the cliques too. Cheerleaders, nerds, jocks, and ghosts.
And werewolves.
But lately...
And weed users.
...campus...
Bro, where's that even clipped to? It's just inserted. It's not a clip, guys. You'd be surprised how hard it is to walk like this. It's in prison wall, right? Literally. To be fair, on any level, it's like wolf. We steered it. No. He like goes to fight you in the lunchroom. He's like, I will warn you, I am part werewolf. If you do mess with me, I may go full wolf. Look at my tail. Just puts it on
Wolfie!
More animal than that.
They've got tails.
These kids deserve to get bullied. Except if they think they're a werewolf. If they think they're a werewolf, it's a free pass. It's like you know when you go to frozen yogurt, it's like a 10-hole punch card.
San Antonio's north side.
They were not a gang at all. Like, gangs are posers.
You can pull up the content and call them posers, right? Yeah. What's up, posers? Also, I love how she says they're doing it for attention. Like, this isn't a desperate ploy for what your dad didn't give you when you were a child. Mom, I'm a werewolf. And no, it's not a phase, and it's not for attention. Like, really neat now. Her parents still don't care about her. They still are just like, okay.
Gangs are posers. They just want attention. That's why they go on tagging stuff.
You know the neighborhood is the whitest neighborhood you've ever been in, and she's like, gangs write with Sharpies on things. Like, that's the only thing she thinks gangs do. Wolfpack. Hashtag Wolfpack. Drop a hashtag Wolfpack in the comments. Yeah, all these gangs just... They're posers. They tag the bathroom.
Oh my god, do you have a neck?
Nothing like us Wolfpack kids. Yeah, we're not posers.
Guinea pigs have necks. It's really weird.
We're a family. Like, we go to each other for our problems.
And yes, they sometimes meet under a full moon. That is, if mom and dad let them out of the house.
I'm sorry, Samantha. It's past midnight. You can't go outside. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Listen, normally your Wolfpack can meet, but it's school night, so we're gonna have to kibosh that. Mom, it comes once a month. What's with you? You want us to meet under a half moon, Mom? We can't. It's family dinner. Okay? Hey, everyone. This is not days. Oh, it slams the door with a tail gets stuck on the other side. It's gay. Plop.
The fascination with werewolves dates back to the 1930s, with popular movies starring Lon Chaney Jr.
No, there weren't kids like this in the 1930s. It was the Great Depression. They were like looking for work in the Dust Bowl. Not acting like werewolves.
They may not be mutating from man to wolf, but counselors warn these teens are experiencing transformations of their own.
Is this the counselor that thinks she's like really hip and in with the kids? No, guys, I know werewolves are experiencing changes right now. Feel free to come to my office, guys, if you need anything. Oh, she is one. Yeah, she's one of them. They like give her a tail for her birthday. She's like, where do I put it? Because nobody wanted her in their group.
And a sense of belonging is just what this group says they're after.
You get friends, you get a place you belong. Where did the guitar come from? That's his magical power, bro. I'm supposed to run over guitar lessons, but now I'm here with my wolf pack. My mom doesn't let me have one here, but I can hang out with you guys still. Just that's it. Why are they animals? I don't know, bro. They just maybe they got kicked out. I think they had to have no animals allowed in.
There was the 5-minute craft. That's gonna be again. Why is 5-minute crafts get like 10 million views or 30 like 30 freaking million views per video, and I get like 3?
This genuinely looks like some of the most disgusting oatmeal I've ever seen, dude. Imagine the disappointment the kid had coming down for breakfast, expecting maybe some Fruity Pebbles or some orange juice, and instead he gets toilet paper rolls that have been recycled from that vegan teacher on TikTok. Hey, no animals were harmed in the making of this breakfast. Yeah, maybe not, dude, but my intestines are gonna be while I'm processing this garbage.
But this is so good, it's not good. Nice rockin' or ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Swear I'm a little drunk, but it's a hell of a feel.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrubby here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am. As you guys know, some of the most popular videos I make here on the channel are 5-minute crafts, and I decided to make another one because you guys love the last one so much. I figured I would give it another shot. Regardless, this one, I'm not gonna lie, genuinely might be the weirdest video yet. Yeah, okay, some of the pranks we've looked at before were useless, but this was the first one where, like, halfway through I started wondering if the people at 5-minute crafts are genuinely psychopaths or not. So stay tuned to the end, but yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Sandpaper. Wait, is this a cup? Are you?
I love how this is supposed to be called 5-minute crafts, yet they're sanding down an entire coconut and, like, using power tools.
Are you using a coconut as a bowl? Or guys, you see this? Here's a life hack. I'm gonna show you a really cool life hack. See, look it. You know what this is called? It's called money. You wanna know what you do with it? You pay people to do stuff you don't wanna do. So I give man this. Man, give me this. It's a bowl, and this thing. Damn, I can't smell it. Goldfish has been here with the past few months. This costs like probably $1-2. Dude, you can literally go to your couch and get enough money to buy for this bowl. And plus, here's the thing: the coconut's biodegradable. It's gonna rot. It's gonna be destroyed. But I do like the idea of the coconut. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I would look pretty killer in a coconut bra myself. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's what I need to be doing with my 5 minutes. I should be making coconut bras.
Well. Or you could just buy a bowl, you know.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty cool looking, but, like, that's such a small bowl, bro. Half a coconut is very tiny. Like, they had to have zoomed in so far to make it look sizable. I'll be honest, coconuts are small. If I only had half a coconut full of soup, half the, like, it wouldn't feed anyone. You couldn't even feed enough to feed a Smurf, dude. Half the village would be starving after this. Like, if I could use power tools and make a bowl, I would prefer if it actually held enough food for, like, a human being and not a small dog on a good day. Goodness gracious, really had me go to Home Depot and buy a power tool like a 35-year-old dad with flip-flops on a Saturday morning.
Now we're doing surgery on a doll. Cut the torso off, so now his waist.
If you do this, you're a psychopath, dude. I'm sorry. Are you kidding me? Did they really just cut an action figure in half and then glue it to a bookshelf and think it was decorations? If I walk into your house and see this, I'm genuinely concerned with, like, the fact that you might have somebody in your basement. This looks like something that Sid from Toy Story, the bad guy, would do all grown up. Like when he's into torturing toys but feels weird about it, so he does it under the guise of decoration. Meanwhile, we all know he's just crazy. Now, imagine torturing toys for clout, dude. This poor action figure probably have a wife and kids at home, and 5-minute crafts came along and just cut him in half like Darth Maul at the end of Phantom Menace. Didn't have to do that dirty. Stood a chance. Hell, it can't get worse than that, right? Like, that one was pretty creepy, but it can't get worse.
What the hell? Are they scalping a freaking doll?
What in the name of Dexter
say the Indians scalping their victims.
Dismembering opens up with them using an X-Acto knife to peel the face off of another doll. Oh yeah, what's up guys? The decoration I love to use is dismembered doll heads. Don't you love that? That's not house decorum. That's an insane asylum, bro. You belong at Arkham with Joker if you're into stuff like this.
You're cut it off and paint it green. What?
No.
What the hell?
You're a psychopath. You are a psychopath. First.
What? Okay. So you have spray paint. That's about $7. Hold on.
I know. I know. Cut in half. Then.
What? It's a doll with plants. Okay, I'm sorry, but like, bruh, if I saw that, like, that's the stuff you find at like a satanic cult. Holy God. Like, bruh, if I saw that in someone's house, I'd be out there like, bruh, they literally worship Satan if they have that. My God, that is scary. Oh.
No, you're a psychopath. You are a psychopath. First, the action figure cut in half. Then you cut off the baby doll's face. And then you're like, ugh, I know. We should use planters that are baby faces. Tell me this doesn't look horrifying. We need a wellness check over here, bro. Like, genuinely. Somebody needs to check on the people from 5 Minute Crafts and make sure they don't have every YouTuber who makes fun of them.
I'm not going to 5 Minute Crafts. I'm going to get scalped.
You did it, bro. The same type of people that think this is a good decoration in their house, just baby heads everywhere. It's not. That's not a good decoration.
Baby fingers for piano keys. That doesn't look good. I want to get another airless plant. Plants you can actually find on power lines, like not like rooted or ivy, like literally like these like little tiny like flame looking plants, and you can find them on power lines if you're lucky enough. What do you feel? It feels like I'm in Chernobyl. Oh my God.
How is this a life hack? Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone and their mom knew that you can smash soda cans with a giant wooden block. Is anyone really surprised by this? Was anyone watching this and was like, oh,
I know it's not a life hack, but if you're lucky enough and you have muck boots, you could basically stomp it completely flat. Or, again, spend $20. I'm not kidding. You can actually spend 10 to 20 bucks at Menards and get a thing that crushes the cans for you. You know. Hey, you're paying money, but you're going to get some quality. This stuff is going to last way shorter than a Chinese shotgun. What is it now? What?
Alright, this one isn't bad, I guess. Like, this one's cool if you're decorating your dorm room or something.
It's okay, like a back of a egg carton.
Are you eating? I have so many questions for 5 Minute Crafts now. Like, this
it's back of an egg carton with push pins. Like, I mean, yes, cork boards are kind of hard to come by unless you go by Office Depot.
24. This literally has 30 eggs in it, and it doesn't look like it's...
Just order a cork board, my man.
30 eggs. Do they have an army at 5 Minute Crafts? Maybe it's all the YouTubers they have in their basement. That would probably take a lot of food to sustain them. I'm just saying. My theory's getting stronger. Why do they have 30 eggs to use in crafts, dude? I feel like this is just so much more work than like taking your toothbrush and your toothpaste and putting it in a plastic bag and then putting it in your suitcase. Like, yeah, I guess you could bust out the scissors and, you know, take all the time cutting this craft and being like, you know, in 5 minutes or less, obviously. You have to do it in a rush. That's the best way to do anything with scissors, as fast as possible. But beyond that, like, you could just get a Ziploc bag and put your toothbrush in it, and it would do the exact same thing. Like, why go through all the effort of doing this if there's a loop?
Oh my god, 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 oh my god. I don't regret clicking this video, I don't regret it. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, they're guinea pigs. Smallest popcorn. Oh, that's so cute. The worst couple on YouTube.
Yo, what's up? YouTube is full of bad YouTubers.
Yes! I love this thumbnail. Joe Biden and Trump fighting as Jedi. Oh my god. I want to see that happen. I would pay like $50 just to see some like high, like $1 million budget CGI Jedi fight. Joe Biden and Trump just fighting like Jedi. Oh my god, that would be funny.
YouTube, and trust me, it's as cringy as it sounds. Detective DJ is back, and he has a new case to solve. He will help me decide who the worst couple on YouTube is. You already know that on my channel we focus on quality videos, so instead of only looking at one YouTuber, we're going to look at 3 different cringy couples in this video. And then we'll decide together who wins the trophy for being the worst couple on YouTube. If you came to this video to laugh at some cringy and bad YouTubers, then this video is perfect for you. Welcome to These Couples Are So Bad and Cringy I Don't Have Any Idea Why Anybody Watches Their Channel. On my channel, we try to clean up YouTube. If you want to help me make YouTube a better place, click subscribe. And if you don't want to, that's completely fine. Just enjoy my videos. I also have merch now. The link is in the description, or you can see pictures of them under this video if you want to rock some awesome clothing. Let's take it back to August 9th, 2019. Ah, yes, the good old days when I didn't know about all these bad YouTubers. But on that day, I uploaded a video titled Meet Chad Wildplay. In that video, we reacted to some of the worst content ever. Remember when he got kidnapped by YouTube hackers? Or do you remember when his Tesla got hacked and he couldn't slow down? Like, really, dude? A couple of weeks ago, I found out that his wife actually does YouTube as well.
No.
It hit me. If Chad Wildplay posts super cringy videos, what does his wife post? Right then and there, I knew I had to check this out. Chad Wildplay and his wife are officially the first couple in this competition. After we watch their videos, we're going to check out 2 other couples, and then we're going to all decide who the worst couple on YouTube really is. But who's it going to be? If you don't know about Chad Wildplay, let me sum it up for you. His channel is basically about lying to kids, making fake videos, and oh, did I talk about how he lies to kids?
Get your taxes done with or without the office visit. Drop in, drop off. Send us a pic.
We all know he's bad. So what does his wife do? FBI arrests us for crimes committed in GTA 5. Getting in trouble for stuff you do in a video game? Roblox.
Guys,
Anybody else want to throw up? She does everything that...
Guys. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go to jail tomorrow. I'm gonna go to jail tomorrow. I accidentally shot a Minecraft pig in Minecraft yesterday. Minecraft Battle Royale. I'm gonna go to jail by PETA. Help me, please. Buy my fake merch for like $50. Just kidding. I don't have merch. I don't know how to make merch. Someone tell me how to make merch. Bye. Dude, I almost busted a tear out there. My God, I'm going into it.
Sure she just banged her head on the keyboard to get that last part because that made no sense at all.
That's what she said. Just get your 22 and light his ass up!
Yeah, he's definitely in there. What are you looking for? A hacker or a hairbrush? Bro, honestly, I think the hacker just wants to hang out and chill.
What the heck? Chad, come here. The teapot's going all off again.
Oh my god, someone turn it on! Yes, yes! Bruh, you sound like you're getting fricked, like butt effed by a frickin' elephant. Calm your pitch down, bruh. You sound like someone. You sound like a. You are louder than a frickin' military sergeant. Oh my god.
All you need to launch a celebrated art career. A cheap studio. A happy career make.
Two ads already.
They found some clues, and then they found a code word that they had to say out loud. And then this is what happened.
Oh my god. Okay, now that I have problems with that. There needs to be like a flash photography warning there.
Even the 2-year-old kids that watch Chad Wildplay can tell that those were fake bugs.
Just stomp the bugs. It's a $5 toy from China.
You guys, that the hacker just wants to chill and hang out. He was hungry. All of a sudden there's a voice that says self-destruct in 20 seconds. So that means in 20 seconds the house is going to explode, right? Well, 20 seconds went by and they barely left the house at the last second. And then the video says to be continued. So honestly, I think they died. I know we all want to keep watching her cringy videos, but we're going to switch it over to the second couple in this video. And they actually might be worse than Chad Wildplay and his wife.
I'll be the judge of that.
Before I made this video, I had no idea who these people were. And I honestly wish I never found their channel. You'll see what I mean. Meet our second contestant, the Unicorn Family. Yeah,
The Unicorn
their
Family.
name is cringy, I know. The first video we're going to watch is called Baby J Peed in the Pool Again. When you first hear that title, you think, oh, it's just a baby, and all babies go to the bathroom, right? But no, it's a 30-year-old woman who peed in a pool. I know we're all thinking the same thing. What is going on?
Death to self initiate? Question mark. Dude, this dude looks like. This dude looks like.
I'm honestly
It's.
kind of worried for these people. Is there something wrong with him?
This dude reminds me of some white boy that plays Xbox every day that's trying to mimic Eminem and is completely failing.
Oh my gosh, it keeps getting worse. Okay,
Yo, someone got like a radon leak or something? Holy god.
just splash pee water on them.
The pool's closed, I guess. HIV virus is on the loose again. Aw, man. Oh, man. Pool's closed. That's the fakest stomping I've ever seen.
Dude, what? I like how he just took the poop off and he was holding it in his hand. Like, put it down. The rest of the video, they start singing, screaming, dancing, walking. I don't even know. What the heck just happened? We're gonna come back to this channel really soon. I need to see another video from them and really find out if they always act like that or if that was just for that video. But we're switching it to the third couple in this competition, JD Vlogs. This couple is kind of different though. They aren't necessarily cringy like the other two, but they're just really bad, and you'll see what I mean. Some videos that they have posted are, if you say I love you, remove clothing challenge. Cheating with the door locked prank. Dating my girlfriend's sister behind her back. Wait a minute. What? Dating my girlfriend's sister? It gets a lot worse when you actually watch the videos though. Last to least
Yay,
time wins $10,000.
I want to to brick myself. Hey, my putty.
Wow, that was so bad. It's obviously all fake. I went through the whole video, and none of that stuff even showed up. Cheating with the door locked prank. Basically, all that happens is her and her guy friend go in her room, lock the door, and act like they're doing something. That's weird. What's wrong with this couple? We're gonna switch it back to Chad and his wife. We need one more video from each of these couples to really decide who the worst couple on YouTube is. Hacker trapped me in a mystery box for 24 hours. This is gonna be fun.
Guys, I'm in the cardboard box. I'm yelling. I don't know how they're not finding me.
Okay.
And I was walking towards the sound of V's voice, and I got lost. I have no idea where I walked to because I couldn't see. Next thing I know, someone grabbed me, wrapped chains around me. I was in this cardboard box.
Guys, I got abducted by hackers, but somehow I managed to edit my video so fast, so freaking fast that crap, I'm running out of excuses. I got abducted by a bunch of rapists.
Jeez, look, there's crap in the road. Wait, were you trying to do a garage sale or something?
Why is he yelling at the road? What's going on here?
There's some tape right here on this cardboard box. Here, my CWC backpack. I've got a kunai, a green kunai. This is great as a throwing gadget, but also as a scissors.
So why didn't you use it before? Does everybody realize that he's in a cardboard box? I just want to make sure I'm not the only one that sees this right now. If you get trapped and your kidnapper puts you in a cardboard box, you can easily get out of it. I don't know why the title says mystery box. The hacker dude gave him a bologna sandwich, and then he said this.
Check his pants. There's writing on the bologna. I'm not gonna eat any meat that has writing on it. See yourself. If he thinks I'm gonna eat this, that guy must be full of bologna. High five.
Isn't he supposed to be kidnapped? Imagine, you get kidnapped, and you're cracking jokes. Why? I'm pretty sure we would all be scared.
You know the deal. Speak one word, and I'll delete your channel.
Yes, please!
Say anything?
Delete his channel.
Should we yell for help?
The hacker said, speak.
Hey, abductor, should I yell for help? Yeah, yes. I don't know what I'm doing. I need a drink. I'm thirsty. Oh, God.
One word and your channel gets deleted. And then Chad just goes, I've tallied up my votes for Chad and his wife. They might be the worst couple on YouTube, we don't know yet, but we still have to check out a little bit more from our other couples to finally decide. And you know what that means? We have to watch another video by the Unicorn family. Let's hope we don't die of cringiness before we can crown the worst couple. This video is literally Baby J flexing the whole time.
You see this pool? This pool costs more than your house. Costs more than your daddy's house, your mama's house, your grandma's house. You wanna know why? Because I got a rack. This means nothing to me. Pocket change. Get your money up and stop paying. You paying.
Bruh, I'd kill myself if I looked like that. I'm not jealous that I don't have the money. I'm just jealous that your dumbass isn't supporting charity. I mean, look at you. A human's supposed to help another human. Here you are like a flat W word that starts with W, 5 letters, and ends with an E. Or an R-E at the end. And she says, oh, if I insult her, she's going to get gangsters on me. Here's the thing. I'm sorry, but when you see a little girl down the street, yeah, you're going to get raped. No one's gonna support you. No one supports you. No one likes you. Your pool costs more than my grandpa's house. Cool. Yeah, I really don't care. Plus, you're probably flexing to somebody in like the city who has a $50,000 to $100,000 house. And whatever. Who cares if you have more money than me? I'm enjoying myself just fine. You know, like, who cares if you have a $50,000 house or a $500 million house? It doesn't. No one cares.
I can't believe these people get paid for their YouTube videos.
I pay for spaghetti and meatballs with this money. It'll cost me if you ain't got rats like me.
The cameraman is just sitting there like...
Rats like me.
After watching that, I figured out that they always act like that. And they're really weird. We're down to our final contestant.
At least I don't waste money on clothes.
The people who use their siblings and friends.
God, it's just sad to watch little Tay, how she thinks she's so good. She isn't. Listen to the things I want to do with a lot of money. I want to build a goddarn aerocraft that could go from space to atmosphere. Donate to charities. Support military and development. And machines. And even electrical duplicators. Machine, like, you know, generator turns... Motor turns generator, like bunch of generators, makes more electricity. I want to start developing things that'll help the nation, but here you are useless. If there was a nuclear apocalypse, I bet you against you, they'd pick me first, because I'm smart and I know how to build crap.
Prank each other. But we know they're not pranks, they're just really weird videos. They're probably the nastiest videos on YouTube, honestly. Let's check out this. I lost my memory prank on boyfriend. That's so messed up.
That's so ass.
Yo, Katie. Are you okay? Katie. Hey.
Okay, so she hit the front part of her head, so just learn today in class that if you hit the front part of your head, you're going to suffer from severe aggression. So let's see if they actually play their cards right.
Katie, are you alright? Oh my god.
Hold on. He looked at her and she was smiling. Why would she be smiling?
She knows she's about to get that app.
For that. The rest of the video is pretty basic. It's just all fake. So we've looked at 3 couples. Chad Wildclay and Maya Blake.
Why do people like this get paid?
The Unicorn family was extremely childish and cringy. And then JD Vlogs just had the worst video ideas. They also faked
Remember, little Tay, is that there's always the bigger fish. There's some people richer than me. For you watching, there's some people richer than me. There's some people richer than you. There's always gonna be, unless you're
Vlogs also are still bad YouTube couples, and you should not watch them. Trust me, just please don't watch them. I suffered making this video, but there's something about how Candy Ken and Baby J just think they're
Oh no, Candy Ken. No, I'd kill myself if I had to watch that every day of my life. I do not like Candy Ken.
decide who the worst couple on YouTube is.
He's a cokehead.
Down below and tell me who you think the worst couple on YouTube is. And after you do that, I think we will have cleaned up YouTube. Now you can watch another video by me by clicking on one of the 4 videos on this.
Susan, get your ass on this case and start helping. Why do spoiled brats get paid, but people like me who actually give a crap about their audience, I don't get paid at all. I don't care. I don't care if I'm making stacks, as long as I can make at least like $41, like at least like 10 grand a month, so I can support electrical bills when I move out. Like, come on, bruh. But you know what? I'm great. Oh, excuse me. I'm grateful for everyone who subbed to my channel. You don't have to do it. Like, You know, if you sub to my channel, just, you know this, you're helping me out a lot, and I really appreciate it.
Right now, whichever one seems the most interesting to you, you can go ahead and watch it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can easily just click the subscribe button. It's free, and you'll get access to all of my awesome videos. Yo, what's up? It's full of bad YouTube.
2020 portrayed by Star Wars. Okay, what is this? Coven small business theme parks restaurants. Oh, let me see. Movie theater. Chuck E. Cheese is the one banging. Film industry. Sports. Airline. Mall. Oh, I'm sorry. Movie theaters. Mall. Sports. Airlines. Oh my God, kill me. I love. And then it's. I'm sorry, I can't. It's Star Wars 8, and it's the first order 80s countries developing a vaccine, and that dude gets blown up. Vaccine race. World Health Organization. More. Everyone.
Do you think you got him?
Do you think you got him? And then, let me guess, COVID's still there. Trump, Joe Biden, and it's Obi-Wan fighting. Oh my God, that's so true. I'm sorry. This is the best Star Wars video I've ever seen. This is good. Ready? Pull. And it's 50-50. Oh my God. USPS malfunctioning.
According to my information, it should
Tracking my package.
just south of the river.
I hate to say it, but it looks like the system you're searching for doesn't exist.
Impossible. Perhaps the archives are incomplete.
If an item does not appear in
USPS me.
it does not exist.
Kobe. Oh no! 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 Kobe Bryant gets stabbed by 2020, and it's Darth Maul. No! Oh my God! No! 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 Why does this exist? I'm sorry. No! No! Why? Okay, I'm not trying to be mean here. Okay, I'm sorry. What I'm about to say. I'm not laughing. I'm not trying to laugh. I'm sorry, but there's some points where you have to laugh. Like, I don't. I'm not.
Mr. Cookie.
Hi.
Sarah's gonna clean his cage.
Hi. I'm not happy that George Floyd died, but I'm sorry. Police. BLM. Police. Protesters. This is so true. State of America in 2021. Rebellion. Media. Federal troops helping the police. Media, BLM, protesters. Protesters.
I'm going to end this.
Police.
And for all.
No.
He must stand trial.
What does it say?
He's too dangerous to be left alive.
Protesters, one.
It's not the Jedi way.
Anakin is. Oh, wait, what? Chadwick Boseman. What? Who's that? I don't know. God, I hate that when Han Solo died. That's what I want to get toilet. Camera, oh my god. Camera with all the toilet paper. Toilet roll. Elevator. Extroverts in lockdown. Introverts in lockdown. This is where the yes. Yes. As a gamer, I get this. PS5 and Xbox Series. Microsoft is just laying on the ground. PS5 whoops Xbox. Yes. Bethesda. Microsoft. Wait, did Microsoft did Microsoft actually buy Bethesda? I think they did, didn't they? It's gonna acquire it next year. Oh my god! Matchstick wildfires. Australia and other countries. Australia. Georgia, Oregon, Texas, Washington. Amazon. This makes so much sense. Oh my god, I'm liking this. This is... Firefighters public. No. Oh my god. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, what? I don't get this. U.S. court. World War III almost starting. Getting ready for president. Tripping fans. Everyone. Murder hornets. Yes. The murder hornet crisis. How about that? Oh no, government sending kids back to school. No, why did this have to happen? My god, why? Why does this exist? U.S. Court, Harvey Weinstein. I don't get this. Oh, I'm not showing that to the audience. Major spoilers for Star Wars. Rest of the world. U.S. falling apart. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. This actually makes a lot of sense. The United States is slightly broken. I get this. It's Anakin burning, and he's the U.S. falling apart. Yes. I love it. I love it. I gotta watch it again. I'm gonna go to bed for tonight. I'm sorry.